Oh, 11:35. Okay, let's get this disclaim off. All right, so let's see. I'm back to standing again. Nerve pain from that surgery kind of came back, so back to standing. All right, so I always just kind of like to greet you guys here and then get myself off the screen. I don't know, it doesn't serve much value. I don't see why everybody does it, but they all do. So, all right, let's get me off of here. There we go. Okay, now over here, this is a new I think he's a new member. My first chart submission. So, first time he's put one up here. This is Polito. So you did it right, Polito. Right, the post was good. I just happen to have this literally in the tab next to it because I'm in a trade over here. So this is what you posted here with an RSI. So good. I'm not sure what you're after here. It looks like are those POCs, points of control? I'm not sure what you were thinking there, but the Elliott count's pretty drop dead simple, right? So maybe you're just getting started with your Elliott work. Let's get this over here. Well, there's a few things here. Let me pull back out, right? So, if we go back, right, this should be absolutely no surprise. And we looked at this before. So we had this swing golden zone in the pocket here between the 50 and the golden zone. We've got first. Looks like we might be going up towards second target. So this is just this is almost now it's like panic buying, right? I mean, we're going up. I mean, it's pretty extreme. So whatever we're doing here, well, we can look at this here. Are we good here? Yes, good. Whatever this is, right? Some sort of a 4 before we go into our kick. Almost doesn't matter, right? Oh, come here. Oh, sorry. All right. So, but we can certainly label it. I mean, this does not take an advanced degree in Elliott Wave to get that one down. It's pretty straightforward. 1, 2, 3, sideways. How do we know it's a 4, right? We don't progress the trend. Little narrow retrace here. It kind of looks like they swept some liquidity here. So just the classic, let's short it. It's going down. Let's short it. Somebody did, right? I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing they do. Somebody bought it right here. Same idea. Right? Again, I'm not going to dwell on this. I promise, guys. But somebody bought it right there, and somebody sold it right here. Right? I mean, you can't fix stupid, right? So fortunately, I shouldn't say it that way. It just that's kind of dumb, right? So I doubt that they're having a good time, right? I mean, anyone who shorted it here probably long out. Longed it here. Well, maybe they stuck around. Okay, that's a 4 hour, so that's pretty good. You took some heat there. Okay, so coming off of it. Okay, well, this is again when a market's raging like this. Hang on. Allergies never take a day off. Okay, when a market's raging like this, you can anticipate some of these fib swings are going to be pretty precise, right? So I can't make this shit up. Here's the most the highest probability location for a wave 3. Now, that doesn't mean that we know the top is in there. We're retracing, but we stall there. Kind of interesting. And we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, are we done? Well, it looks like that could kick a little further, right? If we go down into a 60. If this is, let's see here. We good there? 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like that might have another little kick in it. Let's just make sure we didn't. No, we didn't. Okay, so it looks like we're good here. A, B. Oh, fuck, doesn't even matter, right? W, X, Y, right? So let's do we have a, hang on. Do I have a 1, 2 there? Maybe. Boy, that would have to be your 5. That's kind of skinny. So looks more like a WXY, right? So, again, I'm just kind of loosely, right? So you have to ask. Okay, I know, right? Why does it matter? Well, is this a 1, 2? Right? It would affect the Elliott. I'm taking to calling it Elliott structure mapping. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4 looking for the 5? Either way, this is probably the best performing stock of, I mean, many years. I mean, it's just remarkable. It's going up 20% a month. I mean, this is just an unbelievable ripper. So this is one of those conundrums where you go, well, okay, am I buying it up here? Somebody's buying it. Just in terms of just money management, would your first thought be, I got to get in, I got to get long? I know, right? So it's gone so far. You look at that and you go, well, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, this was a good spot. This was a good spot. Yeah, I know. Hindsight is a little bit tricky to deal with, right? Because it gets your greed glands going. Oh, if I just bought it here, But look, where's the money being made, right? The retrace and then the follow. Even if we consolidate and then follow, it's chasing. Oh, what do we got here? Pretty hot. No sign of divergence though, right? So even in the Elliott oscillator here, just so if you're using indicators, right, to get a feel for, well, okay, what's the momentum here? No signs of that topping in either of these. So is there a trade here? I mean, that's I think what Polito, that's what you're asking, right? Is there a trade here? Well, the volatility is pretty high. I put on it's kind of a complicated trade. It's a put ratio broken wing butterfly. Just taking advantage of the very high volatility here. The premium is hot. So that's why I happen to have it teed up. But if we're just looking at it here, I mean, would your thought be I gotta buy that at the all-time high? You know, if it's me, I'm gonna wait for a retrace. I can't rationally come up with any reason as to why someone would buy at the all-time high, other than, oh my God, it keeps going higher, so why wouldn't we buy it? Well, it's just a matter of money management, and then a little bit you have to hang on. God damn. Sorry, guys. You have to factor in, envision in your own mind, right? Oh fuck, come here. If you bought this and you got little legs and then we did this, the self-flogging would be extreme, right? You'd be like, oh, what the fuck was I? I'm such a dumbass, right? So you have to be careful of that, even though it's tempting to go, oh, if it just goes a little further, I could probably make some money here. I just would caution that. I've done it too many times. So just a little further. Shit, I did it in the S&P this morning here. I had a fucking 10 lot here. I was trying to get another five ticks and that's rolled over. I'm likely to get stopped out. You got to be careful about that. It's inevitable we're going higher, right? I did it this morning, right? So I speak from experience. I was convinced we were going to get the IBI. There's an 800 lot sitting there, and they're going to leave it, at least for now. So I just, having lived through many of these, I just would caution you, right? You kind of have to let it go, and you just have some confidence that at some point this will shape up. I know it's frustrating. You're like, well, okay, well, if it keeps going, let's get a wave 4 on there. All right, somewhere in here, right in line with that channeling. Now, this could keep going, right? If we're going to go a little bit higher, right, this is going to change. But there's the 23.6 sitting right there. Just take a little whiff, right? This thing moves. It's like a futures contract, right? It's extreme volatility. I just wouldn't. I've just done it too many times. But a retrace, if we come in a 3, I'd be aggressively buying there. And then you'd have a little come down prior consolidation into the geometry. Here's our median line that we looked at. I think you got to wait for that. Be my view right now. Again, I'm saying that knowing this could, for all we know, we're at 1,000 next week. But in terms of money management and just mental money management, I think you got to wait on that one. Oh, let's see. Okay, so, here's one of my favorite members. Well, he's a longtime member. He took a little break, and he's back. This is probably the greatest Discord handle of all time. Top Hat Panda Magician. He's back with us. I teed what he gave us here. He's giving us PEPE, coin, PEPE. Well, so Top Hat's a pretty skilled technician here. So first note that he's put the work in here to track every swing, right? So there's a confidence that comes with that if you put that work in. Okay, right. I see it. I know what just happened here. So I've got a WXYX going for the Z down here. So he's got it teed up here using, we got looks like a modified shift to come into the low here. Are we done there? Let's see here. Top Hat. Looks like we've got the 3. It looks like that 4 is trying. Maybe you might get a triangle there. Depends. It would be cleaner, right? The triangle is always, they're hard to trade, right? Because number one, it's hard to predict the triangle until you have it. So this going a little higher here, if we're going to do an A, B, C here, well, we got to pay attention to that. Jesus, we haven't cleared it yet, have we? No, let's get that wicked off, right? So, okay. Oh, we've already got it. I don't know why I've got that in purple. Let's get that. All right, so we've already got now, if it's a triangle, we could go A, B, C, D, E. So as long as the E swing doesn't violate that 1, we can be okay. That's a little bit of an Elliott fuck you, right? So it's like, it can't be an impulse. It's not so fast. What do I got there? 4. That's just a straight shot. But so for this to go 8, well, you could do it A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So I think best case here, we're going to get something like this, right? And that, as long as that stays under this pivot, then we're probably okay for this to come down one more time. Now, of course, note we're bouncing wicks out of the golden zone here as well. And as Top Hat pointed out for us, look like it's is that a breaker block? Yeah, you could call that. Well, this is order block, but you've had the revisit here, so it's already mitigated. All right, so here we've just got this big imbalance. So bottom line, okay, it's just structural support, and then it's a golden zone, and then you got here's the. I think Top Hat is an SMC guy, but there's an imbalance right below it. So you got all sorts of evidence here to suggest, oh, well, shit, that's going to be the pivot. Where are you pulling from? You're pulling from the 2, just out of curiosity. If we go, where's your top? Your top's up here. When I do that, I got to have that thing on so I can see it. All right, so we're pulling from up here. Oh, hang on. Shit. Hang on. I know. Sorry, Top Hat. Let me get that. So you've got, what have you got on? Well, here, I'll just do golden zone. Or here, I'll add 707. Looks like that's what you're adding there. Okay, so here I got golden zone 707. So all of this is, you've got an imbalance, right? So when you see that, right, that gives the algo a reason to come back down here. Okay, we got to rebalance that. They don't, it's just a tiny little wick, but we're not in this yet. So if it's going to break that golden zone and come in, you could understand why, right? So the algo is just seeking to rebalance, right? It's liquidity or rebalancing, right? It's ICT's, I think, his most significant, well, he's had a lot, but that is defining how the algos are, what they're looking for. Pretty significant contribution to technical analysis, right? And that is what's sitting right there, unmitigated. Interesting. Looks like this pivot also might be in play. So anything down here, God, you got to be interested. Now that doesn't mean, God, it would be nice to catch it a little bit lower. Now I'm pulling full retracement here. So I'm kind of surprised he was pulling from the 2, although they're so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're pulling from the completed impulse into this WXYX ABC, pulling into this area. So anything down here, you got to be teed up for. Okay, well let's not just try. Well, let me rephrase. My suggestion would be not to try and pick the turn. Right, let it show you some strength. Maybe we take out a pivot and then come back. Right, there'll be a demand left behind. So, okay, well, you got a couple of choices, right? That's your classic Elliott. Okay, we swing up, get 3 down. the more of an SMC approach would see, okay, wait, and then on the retrace, come back down here. So you got a couple of choices here. You could get in and nibble a little bit just off of the TA, just off of location, but leave some in reserve would be my seat. That's how I would do it, right? If I kind of want to get it now, I might take 20% of what I want right there, anticipating that there's likely another push down to get you that fifth, come to the median line. So 20% here, maybe another 20 here, and then I want to see confirmation. I want to see it breaks, at least a change of care. Take out a swing pivot, something, take something out. One of these would do it. Right, take this, if he's got it right here. Oh, did you lock me? You locked me. No, you didn't. Here, we'll just do it this way. Right, take this out. Something here. I got imbalances here. Come up. Now we're coming back. Right, so these are likely to get filled in. All right, we didn't quite get there, so you got a couple of them sitting right there. Sweep it, come back down. Now I'd go the remaining 50 or 60% right there. Good one, Top Hat. Thanks for that one. What did you give me here? This is, you gave me something. Oh, bearish alternative. Okay, let me see what that is. Always good to have an alternative, right, in case you're wrong. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is just an image. Okay, so if this is, how would we trade this, Top Hat? A, B, C. Right? So how are you doing that? You getting this into an X? Okay, well, if that's an A, we could live with the 5. A, B, C, A, B. I see what you're doing. Okay, so A, B, C. So we've got W, X, Y, X looking for A, B, C, and he's teed up the geometry here. It's nicely done. A, B, C coming down. So, okay, so now you come back here and you go, whoa, if it's going to follow that path, do I want to take all of this all the way down that far? Probably not. Absolute exit. I might use the low end of that. That's about as far as I'd go. All right, so we'd be between the 707 and the 786 on the idea that they're going to fill in this imbalance. They being the software algos, right? They will want to fill that in. I wouldn't go below 707. So all the more while I'd be light on your initial entries, because if it's going to go, don't worry like, oh shit, I'm not going to miss it. You're not going to miss it. But an awareness of where we are here. Nicely done. That's not one I look at often. So thanks for that one. Oh, that's a pretty good setup. Thanks, Top Hat. I'm glad to have you back. Okay, so that's we got a bullish and a bearish count there. I'd be leaning bullish myself of the two, but it's always good to know. Okay, well if they're breaking this, something else is happening. So he's got that alternative. Again, he's a good technician. Ben B, what do you got, Ben B? Ben B always comes through here. Let's copy that link, and let's go over here. Volume is better now. Okay, good. All right, so Ben B, what are we looking at here? VanEck. Oh, this is VanEck Rare Earth Strategic Metals. It's kind of interesting. Oh, man, I survived that S&P sell-off. VanEck Rare Earth. So this... I can't make that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we doing there? WX, Y, triangle, X. Looks like that's a W. We'd have to do some sort of a triangle to get into that. I think we can have a triangle like that. I might have PK check me on that. I'm pretty sure I can go A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Oh, fuck me. Hang on. Come here. I think I can get away with that. That's not ideal. W, X, Y, X, A, B, C be my thought. Oh, one of my Elliott wizards might correct me on that, but I think that's legit. WXY. Okay, so coming out of there. Is that enough, right? Is that enough for you? What we got? We got a daily here. We got some gaps. This is all, no, it's often called one time framing here. We're not taking out the highs. We're not getting any retrace beyond the prior candle high. So this is all one leg, right? That's the way you have to look at that. That's all one, that's just a straight leg down. So until, one theory is that until we take out this swing here, we don't have a, that would be, I'm getting a little ahead of myself on my round belt course, right? But this would be the inducement, right? So we can't call the low here until we take out this pivot, right? Because this is all one swing. So there's nothing here to suggest that the low is in other than where we are. We're in a golden zone. So if this comes up here, now we can say, okay, now we can lean into, okay, now I have a good low, right? I got a good low. I can put that on there. As it is now, nothing, right? What would prevent this from rolling over? Well, only its location, but that doesn't mean it can't roll over. So I'd be watching carefully. I'd put an alert on this. All we need to do is sweep this, and then you'd anticipate. Oh, here, it's just as I just drew it. You'd anticipate something up here, and now we're going to come back, right? And there likely be some demand down here, right? Doesn't mean it couldn't fall, but there will be demand here because money has to be committed to create that. That's the play I'd be looking for. It's a daily. Let's go to an 8, see if we can get an order block a little bit better in there. Oh, you're giving me RTH, that's why. Hang on. So to call that a good order block, so this would be no. We don't. So this is not you really don't have a great one here. This is not an order block because it doesn't sweep any prior lows. Right here, well, let's see if I can go to a 60. Nope, this would all be inside. So now you look at that and you go, okay, well, wait, how does this work? Right, so that's a high, that's a protected high, that's a, oh, actually here we can get it. All right, so we have one here. So we've got, there's our order block, our demand zone, call it what you will. All right, we'll call it demand. All right, so we get a decent order block here because you see it sweeps the low. Now, I don't get great, well, we've got a gap here, but I don't get a great, that's a weak order block here. So I just call it demand, not really an order block, because for a good order block, we need to have some displacement, i.e. a fair value gap. Now we get a gap here. So this would be tenuous. So this is what it has to do, right? We got to get up here. If we're looking at it on a daily, right, we got to get up here. So questionable demand down here, maybe the pivot. That's what I'd be waiting for, right? That come on back down. Oh, you'd probably go, this could be, because of that, I'd be looking for that deeper than normal. I'd be looking for that, no, we're going to use 707. Oh, fuck, where did you go? Jesus, I just had it in front of me. There we go. All right, so something like that. I'd be looking to be a buyer down here. This though you need, right? You need that to bring it back down. Okay, are you going to hold it, right? Will there be orders, unfilled orders here, right? Some buyers that bought here, right, to create that pullback, defending. It's tempting to go, oh, golden zone, go. Careful, right? Careful. We got to get a pullback taken out. BRK.B, that's a good one. I'll see there's not much else to add there. Okay. For any of you ETF traders, heads up, that's a good one. WHR. Let's copy that. Okay, so BRK.B giving us, what do we got here? Whirlpool. Oh, this must be one he trades. Damn it. I know he's teed this up for us before. So there's a 3-day. I'm missing a few pieces to the larger count, but labeled what appeared. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That looks right. 1, 2, 3, 4. WXY. Oh. How are we getting there? ABC. All right, where are we? I got to go to a weekly here. Okay, so a little bit. Why are we thinking correction here? Are we in log scale? No. Let's go to daily there. What have we done here? We got a pretty good sweep of this, right? So this would be, we'd have a break of structure here. So let's call it what it is, right? So we'd have a break of structure. So we'd have a new range here. We could consider this to this, our, if you want to call it premium to discount, or we could do it this way. Just looking at, okay, well, let's, right, we want to be buyers in the discount. Here we are in the discount. So the implication here is that we're finishing something. Looks like the WXY into that 4, 1, 2. Oh, that's pretty good. What's not to like there? I might just right. It's always, it doesn't take long. Why not check? Right. So we go golden zone. I know that's shocking. Shocking. I changed this. Swing. Golden zone. All right. So we got a clear target here. We got first target, second target will be down here. We're in. You can. Oh, we could probably. Oh, we're not in log. Yeah, we're not. I like to just use these, right? So I can see. Okay, we're coming down here. That looks pretty good. So what's the play, right? Short. Well, that Elliott count would suggest we've got legs to come down here, maybe come after this low. But look where we are, right? We're in the discount. So the only way I would be interested in being a buyer here, I mean, you could sell that, right? I mean, you got enough legs there. Yeah, there's 20 points, $20. You got legs there, right? That might be worth it, but that's really what you're after, right? You're looking for this to finish, right? So we can be buyers down here in a discount. Now here, okay, you would be selling in the discount range, but you can always kind of talk yourself into it by saying, okay, well, I'm at the equilibrium of this range. So if this is my premium discount array, or however you want to call it, right? If you want to say, okay, here's my swing range, and I've retraced to half of that. Right now, it's a 618 from the 2. It's 50 from the swing high. Why would you not short that? Well, ideally you'd have been in a little sooner, right? So your risk reward would be better. This is kind of the one you want. A, B, C, 1, 2, working on that. I mean, that's a 4-hour. You're a little late to that party. I don't know that I would chase that. If you're already in this Ben B, if you're on the short side, let that go, right? So minimum target would be come after that low. But it's kind of setting up. Now it's going to be a long wait. You're kind of setting up. If we're finishing something here, you're looking to start something new. Kind of a long wait. But if you're in it, I'd just let that run. And if you're not, well, you're going to have to wait, right, for something like this. Perhaps you've got some demand down here. This would be a change of character. Now you have another change of character coming up here. Something like that to get you started. Good one, right? That's probably BRK.B, maybe the only one trading that. I don't know how many people are going to go after Whirlpool, but if you're in it, BRK.B, and you're short, sit tight, right? Easy stop loss placement. Right? You know where you're wrong up here. So other side of that golden zone, just let that roll. Okay, so that's good here. So that's so I got. Oh man, we're going to be. Oh, there's a few of you coming through. Okay, so I got golden ratio. Oh yeah, I got that. Hang on a second. Let's see what we got. Trade hit its target. All right, that's good news. Okay, not to digress into my own trading, but okay. So golden ratio, we're going. What am I doing here? I'm doing copy link. All right. All right, let's copy that. Give me 1 second. It's a little hot in here. Okay, back. Okay, what are we doing? AMPX, AMPX. What is AMPX? I don't even know what it is. Well, that's all right. Chart's a chart. 1, 2. Here, I'm going to just change that color so I can see a little better. 1, 2, 3. So I got a nice leading diag. Can't make it up. Right to the golden zone. Looks like so looks like he's highlighting that imbalance there. So which is what we do have right there. Make that a little bit bigger, right? So we don't. This is not finished yet. That's the day. Just a toe in that golden zone. Get you up here. Neutral, right? In a squeeze, right? So this, you go down. Let's go to a 2 hour here. So now we're out of a squeeze in the 2 hour. All right, so let's look here. Oh, so we can see the order block here. That's kind of, I'm going to use something different here. So I got multiple imbalance here, right? So we've got this one, and we've got this one. You got 2 of these. Now this one getting mitigated now, so you can almost kill that. Right? Let's see if this comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do. So there's a good looking impulse off of the start of it. Well, that's again, we're one time framing, right? So you're not taking out any of the highs of those candles. So, oh shit, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big. If anything, that's your A. Well, I'm assuming everybody knows what to do there. Fair value gap. Our Al, just waiting. RSI at the 50, and we're out of a squeeze below. The only thing not to like there is the price action, right? That would suggest that we would ideally, right? We'd want to see that. That's what you'd hope for, right? So a little. In there, do you guys see what I mean here? Or all the highs of those candles, right? Or none of those have been taken out. So just straight selling pressure. So it's leaving. This is. That's the kind of algorithmic activity, right? So it's signature, right? We don't get, notice, right? It's rare. Usually the highs get taken or the lows. Here you see lows getting taken, but when we're coming all just down there and the highs are protected, it's likely that's an algo selling that. So you got a little bit of a weight here. Let's see in there. Yeah, you don't have much there that needs to be rebalanced. So you're kind of hurry up and wait here. This is a ripening banana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a good impulse. I don't have a good 3 here. Even when I go down to a 15, right? You're just still, that's just a straight down. Would like to have a 3. So I look at that and I go, okay, well, so a perfect 5. Oh, we're coming into the golden zone. Why wouldn't you buy it? Well, you want to be picky. That's again, it's mental damage, right? So if you buy it and you get stopped out, you're like, oh, then the self-flogging comes, right? Like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking? God, I'm such a dumbass. I know I'm looking for a 3. Why did I do that? Now that's damage that hurts, right? Mentally. So I would caution, against rushing. A little order block there. So here it's decent. I mean, that's textbook, right? Let it, right? So then here, this is why we have a B wave, right? So who gets sucked in here when it starts going up? Retail. Oh, it's going up. I got to buy it. Oh, it's going down. I got to sell it. You got to do the exact opposite of what your logical brain is telling you. The emotion is like, oh, it's going down. I can't buy it. It's going down. Oh, if I can't sell it. It's going up. So it makes this hard. But the more experience you get, the more you recognize, let's hope, right, that retail gets sucked into the long there. Now, when I say that doesn't mean that we couldn't rally here. It's never what I'm saying. I'm saying be picky about where you put capital at risk. Did you get just the... So take it this way. If you took that trade and you put it in your journal and you took a screenshot of it and said, well, I took it here because I thought the 2 was in. Now, again, maybe, right? But if you get stopped out here, what are you going to write in your journal? Oh, what a dump. Oh, maybe you won't say that about yourself. It's like, okay, made a mistake here. I didn't wait for the 3, right? So, okay, I'll learn from that. So all I'm doing here is I'm putting the journal entry in for you ahead of time. I'm not saying you're going to do that, but if you did that, what are you going to put in your journal? Oh, okay, well, I chased it, a little FOMO. I wasn't patient. Okay, so next time I'm going to wait. Well, here's that lesson right here already. Right? You don't have to go through the loss to get that lesson. That makes sense? Hope so. Oh, all right. Okay. AMPX. God, I don't even know. What is AMPX? AMPX. Amprius Technologies. Literally have never heard of them. Do I need to know what they're doing? Do I need to see their financials and their balance sheet and everything else to take a trade? No, I don't. Nor do you, unless you want to, right? Some people are like, oh, I want to learn about this company. Well, that's a 15-minute chart. Right? Do you need to learn about the company you're going to be in for maybe 3 days? Maybe you do. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying it makes no difference to me. They all trade the same way. Mochaka. Oh, get her a little silver futures. So... Mochaka, would you trade it in futures? Right. So I typically go to the CFDs because silver futures. The margin's high, right? The risk is high. But let's do it since you're asking for it here. Let's do it. I don't want to edit here. All right. So. Oh, let's reset here. Okay, I'm glad to see you guys are using this. Right, it's the same as the other Elliott oscillators. Just put a squeeze in it. But right, that's useful. You've heard me say many times. Top 3 indicators of all time. DTM squeeze. From John Carter. Okay, so there's a daily. Now, one thing that you've seen me do for 5 years, right? I don't want my indicators influencing my TA. I want to go there and say, oh. Is it supported down here? Rather than, oh, okay, looks like I must be looking to be a buyer here. No, I want to do it here just on the price action and what I can see. So right off the bat, okay, so do you see right in here? So you do this for a while, your eyes, you can't miss that. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B. Oh, shit, you could do that a couple of ways, actually. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, right? It's just lots of 3s. A, B, C. This one looks like I got a decent 5 there, but it's not a great looking. Well, okay, so let's pick it apart. Right? So this is I've been kind of using this analogy. Okay, well let's Let's make the sausage, right? Rather than, a lot of educators do that, right? They'll bring up their finished chart after they spent 2 hours on it, right? It would be like me going to PK or Tony T or any of my sensei wizards, and we get something put together and we show it and say, okay, here it is, boom, 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 right? So you don't get the benefit of going through that process, right? So that's why I do these in this format, right? So it's, okay, well, you got to go through the thinking process. Okay, well, that, so there's a pretty good break, right? So there's no way you can't allow that, right? So clearly that algo gets killed there, right? This algo gets stopped out, right? How about the next one? So do you see this is a really good example here, because you hear me say many times, trust me, they don't care. They'll catch the next one, right? So it's not, and people, when they first see this algo here, they get a little bit confused. They think, oh, so it goes short there when it breaks to 65. No, that's not what it does. Right, it'll wait until, and if the next retrace is bearish, it'll take that. Right, if it were to go up a little higher, it would take that. But what they do here is it just flips. Right, they don't give a flying F what side they're on. Right, so here, boom, gets it to the. Okay, right, I cannot make this shit up. That's tick to tick on the daily in silver futures. Right after a break here, but then they get it right here. There is. Is there any question in anybody's mind as to whether or not that's random? You don't think that's random, do you? If you do, you got to rethink that. Zero possibility that's random, right? That is an algo all day long, right? So, all right. So what do we do with it? Okay. Well, what's our larger time frame here? To some degree, you got to pull out and say, okay, where the hell am I? Wow. Do I see something I like there right off the bat? Definitely not. What would you even call that? Well, shit, you're gonna have to go to log to get that to even have something you could work with. Okay, well now, all right, we get in log scale. Maybe I can make some sense of that. Jesus, let's go. I need a weekly there. We're getting back to 1970. Well, that's the Hunt brothers. Well, fuck, it's amazing that they've taken out that high, but they have. Oh, we'll just call that liquidity, right? Although it is a break of structure, right? So, right, gnarly, right? Ugly, right? Break. So, right, this is just, so what are we trying to do here? How technical is it? Did they get this one? No. Left hanging. How about this one? Break, right? So it's this piece of it is not terribly technical. What you want to see is something like this, right? Okay, there it is, right? So stopped, right? So even algos get stopped, right? Stop, nailed it, right? With a little bit extra to clear. Okay, that's a weekly. Okay, all right. So I'm just look at that and go, okay. Right. See, I'd be surprised if it doesn't occur to you the same way, right? I see that and I go, why is it stopped there? Why not here? Why not here? Why not here? Why there? Why there? Right? And I don't have an answer for that just yet. I'm kind of looking, right? So what am I looking for? Why is it stopped there? This is too far. That's the secondary pivot. Kind of leaves you in no man's land. Makes me want to kind of come back to this and go, is there something here? You're kind of, it's a little bit of a, treasure hunt. Okay, where are they? Right? They're in there, right? So where are they? Where's Al? Well, what would we call this? Jesus. Ugh. Well, let's keep it simple here. I think I can get away with that. No, that looks like you're going to have to do that. I know. All right. Does it matter? Right? Does it matter all the way over here? Well, maybe not. Okay. So 1, 2. Well, if we're going to try and keep it simple, that certainly looks like a B, W, X, Y, or, that could be A, B, C. That's a little, well, that's COVID, right? That's got to be. Yeah, that's COVID, right? So that's a little wacky there. All right, so we know we've got that. So, okay, this is a COVID low, and I'm going to guess here. Let's just put some fair value gaps in here. Even on the weekly. Yeah, I use this Nephew Sam. All right, Nephew Sam. What do we got here? Okay, so part of the reason we always want to look for imbalance / fair value gap is because that's where we're going to find the good order blocks, right? They'll always be right next to it, right? Because it's a requirement of a good order block, right? It has to create displacement. Displacement equals fair value gap. So if you don't have that, you don't have a good order block, right? So we do have one right here. You can see it gets mitigated right here. We get one here. Again, I'm still on the weekly, right? This stuff's just as effective on the weekly. So here's the imbalance. Algo comes down, rebalances, leaves another one. So we know we have a good order block here, right? Because it sweeps lows and it creates that imbalance. So I got to go to, we're going to be official about it. Let's put, we can just go with demand zone here off of that, right? So I get a good, they say, right? Some people just don't like, they don't like it order block, right? There's too many blocks, right? So here, demand, we'll call it demand. Looks like I can go with a leading diag here. So I've got a 1, complex 2. That may not be done because I got a straight 3 here. So I got 3, 3, 3, 3, a lot of 3s. Let's go to a daily. Not an impulse. So we don't have, so from here, for all of this, I mean, this is, okay, a little bit of just detective work. I don't have a single impulse in here. I got nothing but 3s. So one thought is, look at that and go, do I want to trade something that has no impulses? Maybe not. So right now, okay, well, what can I do with this? All right, well, if the Elliott is elusive, and I would call this at best case elusive, even if I have to go 1, 2, you can't get an impulse in there. Can't get it done. It's not here. Maybe you get one here in the 3. So 1, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're like, all right, do we need it? Right? Does it matter to us here? So right now, I'm not much question about. I'm in log. I'm in log. Oh, sure. I'd probably do it like this. All right, so we're in a downtrend. So we get. All right, we can keep it relatively simple. So there's a break of structure down, right? So we've got, okay, right, here's a, well, God, I'm sorry. I have so much SMC on the brain because I'm still in the last phases of putting it together, the brown belt, which is a combo of it, how to combine Elliott Wave with market structure. SMC. So it's very much on the tip of my tongue. So I don't mean to overwhelm all my Elliott enthusiasts with it, but it's just it's so pervasive in TA now. You have to acknowledge it. Okay, so I've got an ABC. So okay, how do we look here? Right, so right, just because we're looking through the lens of market structure doesn't mean we abandon everything we already know. Right, so duh, right, tick to tick, just as this one was tick to tick. Right, our friend Al doesn't leave town, so I got do I have an ABC here? 1, 2. Well, would you? Let's go to a 4 here. How would you approach that? Would you be looking to be a buyer here? Maybe, right? So you got a candidate here for this to be an A, B, C. Let's try and keep it simple. Is that a 3? Okay, well, if that's a 3, do I have a 1, 2 here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe, all right? So, all right, let's see if we can put some structure to that. A, B, not much of a C. Can't say I love that. We're doing it there. How? It's just ugly Elliott, right? Silver's kind of notorious for that, for just shitty Elliott, right? It's a hard market to trade, right? But gold is not much easier, right? Any of the New York markets are hard to trade. Well, so probably, right, this is just mitigation here. Well, here's left untapped. This is untapped. ABC, right? Do we want to buy this? Well, you can make a case you're in the discount, right? You say, okay, well, look here, I'm well into the discount. I wouldn't buy that myself. So what would your ambition would be? Okay, maybe we come up here to rebalance some of that. I wouldn't even begin to get interested until I was down here at 21. There's nothing it needs to. So why would it come down here? What's left that's not filled in? Maybe you can make a case there. Let's go to a 1. All right, so you got some imbalance right here. It looks like that's already been tapped, right? So I don't know if you can see that, but that's already been tapped, right? So maybe this is why we're holding here. Okay, so what does it need to do to lock that in as a low? Well, I'd want to see it take that out. Let's call that the inducement, right? So I'd want to see it take that out. So I can lean into the idea, okay, I've got a low, right? So maybe I do have a low here. So if we're going to come back down, so you can kind of talk yourself and walk yourself through it. If we start to rally, why would we be rallying? Well, I've got a big imbalance right here. So this is completely rebound. You can almost do it. That's a right. We get right imbalance, rebalance. Right, algos like to do that. Right, so it goes up. Right, we have imbalance, and then they rebalance it. Right. So if we're coming out of here, do you want to be a buyer? Yeah, if I can get this. That I would be interested in. All right, so if you look at that, where would your stop be under that pivot? Maybe you get a 5 here, maybe you don't. You're coming right into this channel. Right? I'll just put the channel on it, right? So it lays in pretty well. Okay. It's not a great looking impulse, but I correct it in essentially 3. You got to come up here, right? It's got to set up for you. Again, I always come back to be as picky as you possibly can, right? Their trades they're not. It's not like you're going to miss the trade of the century. You got to get out of that mindset. Like, oh shit, I'm going to miss it. Let it confirm. I mean, this has to be cleared. These have to be cleared. Well, this is just liquidity waiting up here, right? So this has already been tapped once, right? But that's just an obvious target. Like, oh, okay, algos, what are they doing, right? They're either rebalancing or they're seeking liquidity. Well, where's the near liquidity, right? Would be right down here, right? They've come to rebalance here. Now, if we start to come out of here, you'd have to be mindful of the fact that, maybe they're going to come down here and sweep that. Now that would change your count because, right? See, that's how again, you're back to, I'm looking at my journal. Why did I take that, right? There's a potential for that liquidity grab. So that would make you put your stop here because if they break this, likely, there's no absolutes, but likely they're going to go for that, right? Because what are they doing? They're either searching for liquidity or rebalancing. Well, this has already been rebalanced. So if it comes back down, the only reason it would come back down is to grab the liquidity here. So if we don't, then we have a good pivot here. We have a good pivot. You see here, that took the liquidity here, or the inducement here, took the pullback here. So we know that's a good, well, shit, you could do it here, actually, right here. Right, that was enough of a pullback, right? So makes this a good low, right? Once we sweep that, up we go. Now, if we're coming back, where's the liquidity? Down here. So careful of that. I think often we rush things because we want the money now, right? So, let's just take a flyer, right? It looks like that could go. That's how you end up. That's death of 1,000 cuts, right? So you kind of go, all right, well, it's a small stop, and then another one, and then another one, and before you know it, those small stops have added up to something, where all of a sudden you better be awfully good on your next 3, 4, 5 in a row because you got to make up for the little knife cuts here. Be picky is my point. Don't take it just because, that might go. Make sure it's like, oh, God, I see it. I see it. I know if it breaks here, well, I'm out in a hurry. If it goes, well, I nailed it. Think of if you have to answer to someone. That's the other challenge with trading. You don't have to answer to anyone, so you can do any fucking thing you want, right? The only person you answer to is your account equity at the end of the month or the year or whenever it is, or if your wife is checking, how are we doing in that account, honey? And you're like, well, okay, we had a little bit of a pull, setback here, but I'm getting it back, right? That's who you're accountable to, but nobody's looking over your shoulder. You take that trade all day long. But you got to be accountable to yourself. And then you got to come back and look at it and go, why did I take that trade? That's many of these journaling prompts. TradeZilla is the one I've been using. You take a snapshot of it. And you go, okay, why did I take this trade? What's the result? If it's a positive result, now you can come back here and go, well, I'm pretty fucking sharp on that. If you get stopped out, well, then it's got to be, okay, I understand why I hurried it a little bit, that this was the sweep here, but this was my risk was this amount, so I was comfortable with that, right? You got to be accountable to yourself. It's way too easy to just go, oh, fuck, no one will know. Let's see what happens. All right, that's about all I got on silver. Oh, PK, right? When PK speaks, you want to listen, right? So let's see what he's got in mind. Guessing. Oh, Zoom. Interesting. All right, heads up. So, ABC, right? So, okay. What are you giving me a 1 hour? Right? So it's hard. You see, it's hard for me when you just bring up the first chart. I got to see the context. Okay, so big ripping 5, right? So COVID, post-COVID. Oh, right. So can they come back? All right. So now the next question becomes, okay, why does it stop here? Well, we can kind of see, perhaps, you got an order block right here. Oh, let's see. So this, you know what? I know PK he does it differently than I do, but I do like to see the colors, up candle, down candle. He doesn't. He does them all the same. All right. So really what I'm trying to say is, do I have a good order block here? I think that's a true double, but you could probably do it this way because here's the displacement, right? So there's our qualifier. I get that looks like that. God, did that break it by a tick? Yeah, it did. All right. So we sweep the high here and then we get displacement, right? So we have a good order block right here. Right here, right? So now you come back and you go, nope. Nope, right? So they didn't get there. So did we leave a good one here? Oh, wait a second. I got Tesla. I thought you gave me Zoom. Holy shit, what happened there? Didn't you give me, Jesus, I could have sworn you gave me Zoom. Hang on. Why did I think, copy link, I'm going to do it again. Yeah, you did. You did give me Zoom. Here it is. PK, are you on? Oh, there you are. Do you want Zoom or do you want wrong chart? So you want Tesla or I know you're on here. Wrong chart. PK, you want Tesla or do you want Zoom? Because I think if I type it in, it'll give me both. You want Zoom? Okay, so let's go to. So I think I can just type it in. Although before I leave that, everybody seeing where we are? Oh shit, I have it up here somewhere. I can't find it. Right at the 50. All right, for anyone anyone who's watching Tesla. Boom. Oh, well, here's his Tesla count. AB ending diag into a 50. So you got a twofer from him. So let me go to Zoom. I don't know why I got Zoom. Zoom. Okay, there's what he wants right there. Okay, nice. Okay, so ABC. God, nice shit. Now, usually you guys are too big, and now you're too small. All right, okay, so I got ABC into a 4-5. Okay. All right, so let's... Liquidity grabbed. All right, mission accomplished, right? Oh, it's going to fall through the floor. All right, hello, breakout traders. So sorry for you. So sorry. You're going to learn eventually. Just like these guys are going to learn eventually. Eventually, they're going to learn, right? Now, I say that, fortunately, we don't want them to, right? There's always a new crop that don't know that'll buy that and sell that. Thankfully, right? Always a new crop. Well, this is mitigated. So here, I see you might look at this and say, okay, well, the order flow here, right, that gets tapped. So to bring it over here, it's kind of a one-use kind of a thing, right? So that may not be much help there. Rejection wick. I don't have a great setup there. It looks like that he's implying one more rollover. 1, 2. Well, let's go to a 4 or 2. 1, 2, or oh, that's cool, right? So A, B, Well, that's good work, right? A, B, C, D, E into the... Well, let's see. He's giving me 2 counts within here. So I've got A. I like this one here. So let's take that up. Let's put that in bright green. A, B. Looks like we're coming down here with this. Oops. Can I get you? Right there. I like that one. Makes me look here and go, Am I right on that? I am. You see that? Not the 618. Right? Just like all the noobs are told, put it 1 tick over the 618, right? Oh, that's got a sting. Right? Golden zone. Target. A, B. Looks like that could be done. Well, what do we got? Anything below? Let's go to let's find our EWO with our squeeze here. See how that looks. Well, not great. Not a lot of divergence there. Let's try a 4 here. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, you got minor. Let's see. Barely. Look during the here. Look. Let's see. How can I do this here? During the squeeze, it's the last bit of the squeeze down here is where it's black. Last bit of the squeeze is where we're putting in the end of that triangle, and then we come out of the squeeze, right? So this is I mean, again, this may be the greatest indicator of all time. Not necessarily the Elliott wave oscillator, but what comes out of the squeeze, right? It's so consistent, it's staggering. From the consolidation, from the contraction comes the expansion, right? It's like it's universal law in the markets, right? It may be just universal law. Get out of there. From contraction comes expansion. I defy you to find a spot where that doesn't happen. You won't, because it's how the markets move. What's untouched down here? Well, hang on. So you've got, well, I suppose you could do this, right? You could look at this and say, well, okay, all of that now has been tapped in here, right? This rejection wick, it had a purpose, right? It was mitigating this section here, so it had a purpose. But we're coming back to it. Okay, well, I'm going to want to see, because I don't have great divergence here, because I'm revisiting a demand zone here that's been mitigated once, right? So okay, we're going to come a little bit lower. I want to see, just as he's got it perfectly set up, right? So you don't just buy it. Give me something to show me, strength, right? Buyers are stepping in. Okay, we come back. That's the one, right? That's the one, right? As he tees it up here, right? You'd have a 1, 2. Okay, so we can even go further than that. Let's do, if this is the 1 and right, we're heading towards the 2, right? You could go a little higher on that, actually. If right now I don't have it yet. I don't know that my 2 is in, but if I'm going for a 3 here, that's what I'm looking for. Now, what's the other piece that you'd put here once you get it? Now we don't have it yet, but once I get it, what's the next piece? I want that median, those set of median lines, so I have targets up here. That's my target. So I have time. Would you see? I get time. I get geometry, right? Because nothing says it hits it here. We could hit it out here, right? It could be 26 before we get there. But I've got geometry targets and I've got fib targets, right? Based on the 1, 2. And I'm not going, well, I'd love it if it went there. Where do they usually go? Now that becomes 17 to 1. The variable here is you got to think about, okay, do I want to trade the underlying or do I want to trade options? Right? If you're going to trade options, time's your enemy, right? So that's a long wait if it takes that long to get there. So you got to be thoughtful about how what trading instrument you're going to use, right? You just buy the underlying, well, you're fine, right? But that's less. You don't get the same leverage as you do in options, right? You have to sink more money into it and wait longer. So are you willing to park money there for what could be? Oh shit! All right, let's say we got most of this year. Are you comfortable parking? Well, if it's doing this, yeah, you're comfortable. You're like, whoa, aren't I a genius? Thanks for that, trade devils. Oh, look at my Zoom long. If it's waffling, right? If it's just boom, boom, it's like stalling and can't get any legs, then you're like, what? Shit, I'm out, right? Or that option expires. Pretty nice setup there. But it's not quite ripe yet, right? I'm not saying buy it. I mean, it's up to you if you want to go for it, but I wouldn't. Not yet. A little bit lower. Now, if it goes, right, do you like, oh, fuck, I missed it. Well, I guess I can't trade it. Of course not, right? If you've got this yet to come, you're saying, oh, I didn't get the absolute turn, so I can't trade that? No, right? I'm not saying, buy it here. I'm saying, okay, get a little retrace. That's all you need, right? You don't buy when it's going up. Don't buy. It seems so fucking simple, right? But this is probably the biggest mistake new traders make. They buy it when it's going up. They sell it when it's going down, right? Which is, you can take my word for it. You can learn the hard way. That is not how you succeed in the markets. It's not. You're going to have to buy it when it's going down. Now you don't want to buy it when it's in free fall, but let it base. Then you buy it, right? And then where would your stop be? The pivot. So look at the risk reward, right? As opposed to, right, I've done this 1,000 times before. You're going to buy it up here? How's your risk reward? I kid you not. That's what retail does. Or they just go, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to risk. Oh, fuck, I can't even get that low. I'm just going to pick a number. I'll just, something like that. Or this, or that, right? And then it gets stopped out, and then it goes up, and they're beside themselves with like, oh, what the? I don't. How does this thing work? Oh God, I better get some counsel. All right, so let me get back over here to my list. Okay, nice one for that. There, PK. Thanks for that. I got PK. Now I got Mochaka. Let's see. How am I doing on? Yeah, how am I doing on time? I think we're good for this one. What is this? What are you giving me? BRK.B. Fuck, I don't even know what that is. BRK.B. What is that? Oh, Berkshire Hathaway. I got it. B shares. Okay, what are we doing with Berkshire Hathaway? Oh my God! Look at the market sweep the high and then come down. Okay, Berkshire Hathaway. Well, that doesn't look too hard to figure out. Anybody got issue there? All right. Well, let's not miss the key pieces, right? Let's sweep the liquidity. Well, shit. I don't know that it matters here. This looks like you might have to do it this way, but obvious 4 here. It was a little shitty up there. You might have to do it here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe a little triangle in there for the 5 there. This is shit. Does it matter now? I don't know that it does. Let's come out of log. Oh, look at that. Whoa, interesting. Prior 3-4. Right, at the 50. There's Al. Al fires. Al never wanted to miss a party. All right. So, right, there's a second. Came back for more. I can't make this stuff up. All right. So, okay, we'll call it a 2, right? 1, 2. Where are we looking for a 2? 50 to the golden zone. Hits 50 to the tick. I can't. It's not that hard to do. This is actually a good example, right? There's so many times where we look at something like, oh fuck, where's the Elliott count in that? Holy shit! Oh man, I don't even know, right? And then you're like, oh fuck, maybe PK will help me. Oh, shit, I don't know. One of my wizards, you're like, can you see? Do you see a count here? Shit, I can't. I have no idea. If you're doing that on a chart, next chart. I mean, if you got your Elliott hat on, right, this is what you want. Something is like a 5-year-old could get it. That's when you want to put money at risk. When you're back here going, oh, what is that shit? What is that thing? Oh, what is that? That's not what you want to trade. That's not where you want to put money at risk because you're guessing. When I get this, oh, okay, I'm very comfortable here. Do you see how predictable this is? I know you go, well, fuck yeah. In hindsight, that's predictable. Really? When I had this here, right? I couldn't have, well, shit, that would be, let's put that in let's redo that one just because it's so much, right? So when you get one like that, you want to double this, right? So we can get a better look at divergence, and who's the strongest wave right here. So this would be the 3, right? So here, this would be the 3 of the, here's a little divergence here, 3 of the 3. The 4, the 4, the 4, the 5. This is not hard. This is just not that hard. It's not. And when it's drop dead, like, oh my God, really? One right here, you wouldn't have been thinking, God, looks like I got a pretty good 4 there. Oh, and I'm in a squeeze. Look at the Elliott oscillator. After the big rip here, I'm coming back to the 0. Just what you want. Oh my God, maybe I'll get a 5. Oh, will I get a 5? Oh. I know, hindsight. But the next time you're here, don't buy the breakout. Here. You don't need to buy the breakout. Oh, what's my lowest low there? Yeah, you didn't get that. Let's go to, let's see how 707 did it. Tougher, right? So actually looks like you got the opposite side filled. Right, remember there's an algo on every side. Or I should say on both sides. So why does it break the other side? Right, this guy's getting paid. A little front run likely. There's a nice little order block right here. I sweeps the low, right, and then I get displacement. So you've got a little one right there. Comes into it. Now we go. Well, here's one, right? So this is one where you say, oh, what about the breakout here? Well, would you have stayed, right? Here's the chance to buy it. This is not ever. Well, did I say ever? That's not where you want to buy it. Now, sometimes, right, it's going to fly, but all you had to do is just wait. Oh, signs of strength. Oh, let's wait for the retrace. Right. Want to buy that one? No. How about sell that one? No. 3, 4. It's not much of a. We're going to do that. We got to go down here. Well, that kind of sucks, actually. Oh, and now we kind of break down here, right? So that your beautiful Elliott, maybe you can get that. Let's check that. Your beautiful Elliott kind of broke down there. This looks like, well, that looks like we got, you'd have to go 1, 2 again for your 5th. So this got a little ugly here. It looks like you can do it though, but you'd have to. Can't do diag, right? So can we get that? Maybe you can do the A, B, something like that here. You know, I'm railing about how great the Elliott is here, and this is not particularly good here, right? So looks like I could get a 3 there, but then I've got an overlap here. I don't know that going down is going to make that any better. Boy, that's classic 4-ish price action. I might have to call in PK for an assist on that, right? Which is what I would do, right? If this was something we were going to tee up, I'd go, well, fuck, I don't see that. Let's see. This might be one I'm going to pause on. It can't be 2 over here, so we were kind of stuck with that. Might be able to get a 3 into that. I have to do it this way. A, B, C. God, that's a shit. I don't want to do this. A, B, C. And this is got to all go up here. All right, that's going to take a little. Sure, I'll lose you guys on that. You can get stuck here on that. So that's a little bit of, you got to do a bit of, could be. I'm not sure what we've got there. I kind of want to put a triangle there, but I can't put the triangle in the 2. And I don't have enough to get a 4. All right, so that would be here. I'll do that so I don't bore you guys to death, right? So that's a tricky one. I'll get with PK. We'll come up with a solution for that. Looks like we've gone 3. So here I can see this. I can see. So what do we do here? There's a triangle in there. I'm not sure I'm going to get that. A, B, C, D, E, but I don't want it there. Holy shit, that's a toughie. All right, I'll lose you guys here. All right, we'll find a solution for that. That looks like that's got a, this looks like 1, 2 again. Looks like that's A, B, C into the 4. 1, 2, 3. Looks like may have another triangle there. A, B, C, and we're still going. All right, I will, as I do here when I get stuck on these, right, rather than bore you to death. I'm down to a 5-minute on that. I'll get a solution there. We'll work on that. I'll post it under the video, and then for members, I'll post it in the chart channel. For any YouTube subs that are watching that are not in our Discord, I'll post that. That's a tricky one. I'm not sure what we're going to do there. It's a tough one. We'll get it. PK and I'll get that. All right, let me keep moving here before I bore you guys to death. I got PK's giving me another one here. Oh, let's go back over here. Triangle. Yeah, I see the triangle in there, PK, but I couldn't quite solve it. No, it's a little easier. It's hard to do under pressure. We'll get an answer for that. I see the triangle, but I'm not sure how it fits. RUNE to the tether. If you PK, if you see the solution, if you have it, post it. Oh, let's see. Oh, maybe he's already doing that. Force. Let's see. Let's see. Look, he's already got it for me. All right. So how are we doing this? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I see how you did it. I didn't think I could get the 3 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Oh, there we go. All right, saves me having to do it. See, that's exactly what I would do. After the live stream, I'd go to PK and go, hey, I got stuck here. What do you think, right? And that's the value of our community, where you get something and like, fuck, I don't know what, shit, I don't see it. And sometimes, fresh set of eyes, or you come back to it and you're like, oh, the fuck, okay, I see the triangle, but wasn't sure how I was going to get that. But that's the value, right? You've got this team of people with all this expertise, right? Now, the first thing I would tell you is that I'm probably, maybe not the least, but I'm not as skilled as some of the members on my team. That's why I hired them, right? These guys are so good that rarely do they get stumped. Every now and then we'll come to one and we say, really, it's just not there. But rarely do we get stumped, right? So if you're stuck, you float it into the Discord community. Say, anybody got a count here that they like? That's what I do, right? That's the value of it, right? So we'd have to go 1, 2, 3. So it's 1 here. Now we can finish it over here. 2, 3, 4. We got it. Well, that would be our 5 up here. So then we go. So that's an ugly. And then we got a 2, and then I got a big ripping 3, right? So big ripping 3. So here's the 1, 2, ugly 4, 3. Big kick here. 1, 2, 3. There's the 4, 5, right? So that's still going. So this is 1, 2. Well, if we finish that, 1, 2, working on 3, 4, 5. Let's go up a degree. All right, now I don't have to come back to it. 1, 2. Let's go back to an hourly. And just to finish what he did here, right? So that's, you get that in there, right? A, B, C, D, E. There's the 4. I knew I was on the right track, right? It's just sometimes hard when you got 500 people watching you. Okay, there we go for the 5th. Nothing to do. What are you going to do, right? Chase it. You're waiting for this to top and that to start. So you can that would be the only logical trade you could take from the 4 to the 5 in the 5th of the 5th of the 5th. Okay, back on track. Okay, so PK saves the day there. All right, so he was giving me RUNE. Okay, so let's go back to what he's got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. So we got an impulse with a kicker in the fifth. ABC 1, 2. Oh, what's not to like? So you guys, when PK is posting, heads up, pay attention. 1, 2. Or this could come over here. AB. Looks like that'd be 90%. So it looks like you got a perfect flat. 1, 2. Whoop, off we go. Right. Demand. So actually, I'd refine this down. Right. So here's the order block because it sweeps the low. That's not great. Shit. Probably got a better one right here. All right, I'd transfer it over here because here's the displacement. So here's your better order block. On this, right, should have come down here. Kind of the same thing here, but you got. Here's the order block, right? So displacement follows it. So this is a good one. Right to the, just to put a toe in and look at the reaction, right? So how do you know it's a good order block? There's a great example. Just a toe in, look at the kick, right? So if there are orders in there, they are filled, right? And it's out we go. 1, 2. Just out of curiosity, right? Curiosity. Right to the golden zone. Looks like you got a back-to-back goldens. This is a little front run on it, right? Likely that order block kicked, right? So whatever orders were sitting there, and we come back to it. 1, 2. Where's our target for through? Well, that would be. There would be your 1. Where's your 3? Right now, I'm not saying that it can't go beyond that, right? But that would be a reasonable. I'm going to take that up. That would be a reasonable target. 1, 2. Well, if we're going to use a target, why don't we use the most common, right? So, seems like crazy. Why would you not use the most common, right? It would be right at the prior swing pivot, there's your target. Excuse me. There's your target. Prior high, right now. So this could go higher. He's got a bigger target here. Why? Why would he have a bigger target there? Right, because he's playing off of the big one. If this is the 4, well, minimum target would be to sweep the B. But, okay, let's do the whole thing. Looks like this has already gone well beyond. So since we're in, let's get in log scale. Let's get right on that. Now, I know it's log scale. Where is the high probability location for a wave 3? Now, the B is getting it, right? We're getting the B here because we have to go B, right? Well, number 1, it's an ABC. But interesting, right? We come right up to it here. The B takes it. So here's another great example of why you don't buy breakouts, right? Oh, we're going off here. Look at that. Okay, so this is a good example. Sometimes I just see them on the fly. And this is what a new trader would do, right? It's not that they're stupid. It's just they're inexperienced, right? They don't know. So, I mean, if you're looking here, if you're a buyer here thinking, oh shit, we're going for the 5. So what you're saying is that this little, what we got there, a day and a half, is correcting all of this. Now, you don't have to be a master elitician or a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon, right, to go, oh, well, that's probably not enough to correct it. But this probably is enough to correct it, right? If we do that, get this out of here. That's enough time, right? It's time, right? This is just like Bitcoin, right? Is it enough to correct it? No. I shouldn't say it that way. I mean, anything's possible. But if you're going to put money at risk, you're going to trade Abby? Oh, that would be very abnormal. Be very abnormal to do that, but maybe it'll do it, right? So that's when your greed glands kick in. Oh, maybe it's going to be different this time. That's what happens right there. I think it's going to be different this time. RUNE has really got legs. I love the story here. I've been reading good things online about it. And so FOMO gets you. How did that work out? Not so well. A, B, big C, right? Now I got a correction I can handle, right? And it makes sense. Well, okay, well, where is the highest probability location for a wave 4? Why don't we start there? And where is the most probable location for a wave 4? Between the 23 and the 38. What do we do? I can't make this shit up, guys. I know everybody wants to be an IMC, ICT, SMC trader. I know, but that's fine, right? I mean, again, I'm running an entire course about how the two work together. I'm not saying don't, and if you're into that, more power to you, right? I mean, again, it's a lot of value there. But you don't need to throw everything you've learned as an Elliottian out the window because you're going to trade order blocks and fair value gaps. If anything, right, all they're doing, again, I'm not to give away the course here, but the structure mapping, right? So Elliott is the OG of structure mapping, right? Anytime you're doing an Elliott count, you're structure mapping. Oh, okay. Well, so what have I got? I've got the skeletal structure of it. I've literally got the structure, but I have no flesh, no muscle, no blood, no guts, right? So all of the order blocks and the fair value gaps and the imbalances and everything else in there, that's the flesh on the skeleton. Those are the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, the blood, right? This is your skeleton. Skeletal structure. This, right, all the little things we're doing beyond that, right? When we get into what's happening between the elbow and the wrist, what's happening in there? Oh, well, fuck that! I got an imbalance in there, right? What does it do at the B, right? Imbalance, right? Because you've got to factor in how the algos move, right? Because they are what moves the market. Right? So how do they operate? Again, much credit to ICT for that. For producing all the content that shows you how they do what they do, right? They're either rebalancing something or they're seeking liquidity. What did they do here? Right? Why do we stop here, right? Other than the 38. Well, it looks like you got a little order block right here. Right? Sweep the low. The imbalance here isn't great, but you might even have to transfer that because here comes the imbalance. 1, 2. 1. We done? That's enough time, right? This is short enough here. Of course, the only thing he didn't put on there is this channel, right? Which he probably did. Right now that we're out of it, we're starting for a new channel. Do you see how that all kind of works together? 1, 2. So if you're taking this, where's your stop? Under the swing low. What risk reward, right? What we got there? It's just 18.5 to 1. How many of those do you need to hit, right? The hard part in this trade is letting it run. That will, I promise you, right? If this starts to go, that'll be the hard part. Whoa, I wanted to take some profit, right? And that's what we do. We go, oh, shit, I didn't think it was going to, that seems too much, right? So I took my $300, right? And it goes 3,000. You know, leave a little, right? If you have a good count like this and it doesn't take out that low and you start to go here, well, think about it. If this is 1, 2, are you thinking this is going to be 3 right here? Let's push this off, right? If we got 1, 2, and it goes to the high probability location here, as we just mapped this out. Again, it's just not that hard, right? Just think about it. Okay, let's just do this here. Let's get that out of there. Okay, right. If this is my 1, let's get this all the way up here. This is 1, and this is 2, and we're looking for 3, 4, 5 up here. Let's take that up to something, right? If that's my 1, and this is my 2, right? If this is 1, 2, again, this is just structure mapping, right? It is, right? So if this is 1, 2, and this is 1, 2, and I'm going to get 3, here's the most probable location for, fuck, where'd you go? Here, let's change that color. Oh, yellow here will do. All right, so if I'm going to get a 4, and then I'm going to get a 5, right? Just standard Elliott swing relationships. Is that going to be the 3? Are you thinking that's the 3? Now, I'm not saying it couldn't be, but is that what you'd anticipate, right? Because if we just do the same thing back here, right? If I do this, just as we did with the inside one, if I do this here, right? Are you thinking that's the 3? We're not even 100% of the 1. No, that's likely, right? Again, there's no certainty in the market, but that's likely the 1 of the 3. right? Because we got to have 5 that gets us up here. If it's going to be a 3, it has to be an impulse. So I got to have a 1. Now I don't have to have an impulse in the 1, but I got to have it in the 3. So if I'm going to get this, if I'm going to get this, and I sweep that high, what have I got? Likely that's the 1 of the 3, because my target for the 3 is way the fuck up here. That, no. But if that's what we had here, it's just going to be a zigzag, and we're going to roll over, and we're heading down. A, B, C, right? We go down. Now, you can't eliminate that as a possibility. But would you be thinking, oh, 3's in, right? So you come back here, and you go, am I taking profit here? Well, maybe you take a partial as we sweep the high. Maybe you put a little in your pocket, right? You always want to get a little. If you're right, put something in your pocket. Right? I mean, don't let it come all the way back down, because what are you anticipating here, right? You're anticipating the retrace, right? So you're going to give half of it, if not more, back if we have a deeper 2 on the 3, right? Or what's more likely to happen, right? So you got 2 choices here. One is you take full here, and then you go, oh shit, I hope it doesn't go. Or you say, okay, I'm going to take a partial, knowing that this is likely to retrace. So I'm going to take some drawdown here on my initial. Well, it would just be drawdown of profit. You're giving some back essentially, but you don't know, right? That might sweep the lows here, and you're like, oh fuck, it was an ABC, and you get taken out, right? But at least you put something in your pocket. Then you got to reevaluate here. Can I go again? And that's a little bit harder, right? Oh, I got 1. I don't know if I want to push my luck. Well, no, that's the exact opposite way to think. This thing's trading technically. I got the 1, 2. I got a 1, 2. Yeah, I want that one. Absolutely, I want this one, because it's tracking. It's playing good Elliott ball. No guarantee that it doesn't do that, but you don't shy away from this. The next one, that's the money ball. Oh shit, I got a 1, 2. Oh, I got another 1. What's the last thing, right, you'd need to do here? Well, you could do it on both of them. You would do it on both of them. Right, we're going to get this 3 up here. Oh man, maybe that's too far. I mean, you don't know, right? You're just using this as a gauge for geometry and time, because in a set of median lines, you're using time and geometry. Don't chicken out, right? That's the difference between a big year and a not so good year, or maybe a mediocre year, because you're too afraid of it to let something run. Oh, I got to book it. Oh shit, I was up 4-1. I had to take it. That's 18-1. Right? That's what those are difference makers for your entire year. A trade that runs all the way to, oh shit, maybe it'll go to the most common location for a wave 3. Yeah, maybe it will. But if you're just taking profit because you can't stand it, right? That's what retail does. That's why they never, well, I shouldn't say never, well, they rarely can sit for something like that, because they don't have a roadmap. They're like, oh my God, look how much I'm up. Thanks for that one, PK. Let's see, I got 3 more. Okay, so I got HBAR. This is George, who has been all over this one. He's excited about this one. I've got some of this. I don't think I have a shitload of it, but I have a couple of G's of a couple thousand worth of this. Let's see how we're doing here. Let's see what George is thinking. But I know he's been watching this one closely. Okay, so I got, what are we doing here? Oh, we got an expanded B. Okay, that's interesting. B. So there's my 1. I'm going to shrink that down. I'm going to get George using smaller. Oh God, what a cluster fuck that is. Oh, I guess I see what he's done. Okay, so I got a 1 so WXY, fuck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 3. Okay, so that's good. That's a skinny 4 up to the 5. A, B. That's good TA there. Truncation. Dirty word. All right, let's see what we're doing there. Yeah, that's minor, but yeah, you'd likely have to put that there. Did I hit that? I did hit the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is something he likes to do. He'll give me his roadmap. He likes to draw them in. Okay, so if this is 2 here, I could live with that. Oh, shit. Well, okay, so you can kind of look and see what happened here. Right? So if we just, probably easier to do it this way, right? So sweep the lows, sweep the highs, right? So this is just classic. Do you see how this is accumulation? So you bait in longs here, right? What does it do? Goes right to the fair value gap right there, right? So we go up here, we get a partial mitigation here. Then we come down here, we sweep these lows. Right? I mean, this is you got to train your eye to look for this. And so there is just a liquidity grab, right? So it's just like, oh God, look how good that is. Oh, sweep the high, sweep the low. So very easy to look at this and go accumulation. Let's see what he's got below. Nothing. All right, so this is our golden zone right here. So interesting, right? Didn't quite make the golden. 4. This is 1. It's kind of a wacky ending diag. It's definitely wacky. But look here. So the accumulation is right here. So when you're right here, like, God, that kind of looks like accumulation. What's your next thought? Oh, yeah, that's what happened. So look at it. Should have given me a 3-hour. Right? What does the algo have to do? Right? It has to rebalance that. You see that? That's ICT made that a famous trade, right? So we used to call them breakaway gaps, but now it's all algo driven. All right, so rebalanced. So what does it do next? So this is all the SMC guys teach this, right? So it's nothing you can't find in a gazillion places online. But what is the algo doing? So it's either seeking a rebalance or liquidity. Well, once it gets this liquidity is rebalanced, right? Now it has this is internal, right? To internal that swing. So it goes to the external. Right? That's what it does here. It sweeps the external, then back to the internal. That's what it's a constant rotation between internal liquidity or rebalancing to external, internal, external, and it just rotates. Internal, right? Here's the internal, right? Rebalancing, external, sweeping the liquidity. Right? Goes up, sweeps external, comes back down, rebalances internal, goes back up, external. Right? That's just how the software is written. Okay, so do I have good Elliott here? Oh. Not really. Well, it's always a trade-off with something like HBAR, right? Does that make you want to jump in and trade it? Well, I mean, look at the wicks, right? That doesn't make me want to. That says choppy waters to me, with an undertow and sharks in the water, right? It's just too hard to manage that. That's me personally, right? I would be a little cautious in there. So I wouldn't personally, right? I have something like this. I just am going to buy it because I like the longer term potential rather than I'm going to try and swing this with leverage. If I like it, I'll just buy it and hold it. Again, that's me, right? I don't really have time to manage it. But somebody else might, right? So you might say, okay, if that's the 5, maybe I'm going to get my 1 here. And then this is what he's talking about here. I'm going to get my 1. Maybe we come back down here. Scenario 2 requires redo count. What are we doing here? So this would be, I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, that is what he's saying. Oh, wow. Check that out. Requires redo. What would we do then? Oh, I guess this goes with it. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Oh, fuck. This would go here. This would go here. This would go here. This would go here. And this would go here. And this would go here. Right? That might alleviate the fact that we don't make golden. I see what he's saying. Right? WX, Y, X coming back down for the Z. We get a better fit, right? You see what he's doing here. We get a better fit here. Z would tag golden zone in arithmetic, right? So I should pay attention. He's already laid it out for us there. Well, so you look here and you look at that Z X and you go, wonder where that might go. Right? Is that we got those tweezers right there? Going to do it, right? You know what happened there, right? It's not hard to deduce what happened there. Liquidity, right? Internal, external, internal, external. It's good work, George. I think George is going for his level 2 or 3. certification. It's fun for me to watch guys because when George first got here, well, his Elliott was a little iffy. Right now, man, he's very, very much improved. That's why I hired him. Okay, Master J. Oh shit, Master J21. Well, here's a trade I'm in that I'm underwater. I'm just sitting with it because I like the story. So this is let's go to Tilray. TLRY. 3 rising valleys. Oh, that sounds good. Here, hang on a second. Let's go. I just like that color coding better. 3 rising valleys. I don't know. What did you give me here? I don't know what time frame you gave me. Oh, did that just switch to that? Oh, that's cool. How did you do that? So, oh shit, I don't know how to do that. So if I change the time up here, it changes it up here. That's kind of cool. Didn't know you could do that. All right, Tilray. What are we doing here? Well, it's pretty ugly, isn't it? So we got to go to log scale. Nope. Wicked right through it. Looks like they might. So again, you're just looking. Where's Al? Where is he? There he is. Looks like I got third target there, right? He's going to be in here, right? You're trying to find him. There he is. Okay. So big one here. Big ripper. Sure looks like a 3. What? Okay. Is there anything else to deduce here right now? Is that our low? So far it is. Just a big 3. Well, whenever I've got something like that, I must just start measuring. How does it look? We're kind of in no man's land there. So what else? Right? I haven't done this. So I'm doing this with you live, right? Okay, let's see how that looks. Now it's corrective, so I'm going to go to a shift. Not great. I might stick to modified just to see. That looks like that's a little bit better. Right, so modified shift is just a channel. Right, so in case there's anyone who doesn't know that, that's all a modified shift is. Right, it just gives you a channel. All right, so let's come down here and say, do I have a good low? Right. Well, so that's isn't that the only question you really have? Is, do I have a low? Well, do we know? You wouldn't know. Nobody knows. I got a 5. Sure looks like it. Oh fuck! Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does not take a degree in engineering and advanced Elliott knowledge to get that, but we didn't get. So there's another good example. Like, oh, it's not what I was looking for. What were you looking for there? Right here. Well, that's mighty deep. So then you might think, oh shit, let's go platinum. All right, that's pretty deep there, right? You broke the 87, 88, right? That's a deep retracement. So any buying here, if you're in Tilray, right? If any buying here, I think I may have bought some of that. Did not go well. I don't have a shitload of it, so I just stayed with it. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, could it be? Right. So now you got to start breaking it down and say, okay, well, could it be? Could that be my 2? Do I have it? Do I have 3 here? It looks like it's straight down. Ooh. That's just ugly all around, right? There's just that's nowhere to put lipstick on that pig, right? It's not what do we want here? We want this, right? That's not what I get. So then you got to look at it differently and say, okay, is it this, right? Is it just happening at a level that's not what a bull wants to see? Well, let's think about the bigger count that we just looked at right here that produces this modified shift median line. Well, if that's what's happening in here, let's do the same thing. You got to experiment a little bit. It looks like this is slightly higher, so I'd go here. Well, it looks like best case it's a diag. Barely. Boy, it's butt ugly if it is. Well, let's label it up here, right? So we can maybe A, B, C, ugh. A, B. Either one would work, right? So you'd have to do it that way. 4 longer than 2, 5 longer than 3, 3 longer than 1. It's a candidate. Okay, what was he talking? He said three rising valleys. Shit, I'm not sure what he means. So he gave me a 3 hour. So what have I got here? 3 rising valleys. Are you talking about that? Well, I wouldn't do much until we get out of this. Right? This channeling. Right? There's nothing to suggest anything other than that continues. These are just those orange is just inside bars. I think it's a little premature for anything. Let's go back to a daily, just see what it looked like here. That's a push to try and turn that into a B, C. I think that's a hurry up and wait. Let that clear itself up. Okay, so just from price action trading, we know, right? Careful of any sort of a break, right? That's well, it's like this, right? So this may be a better way to do it. If I do it this way, right? It's no different. It's no different, right? We don't want to buy that. We don't want to sell that. We don't want to buy that. If anything, we want to buy here and look for that to come out of here, because what's happening here, right? It's just accumulation. It's just happening at an angle. That's all that's different, right? So in the same way, right, do you want to buy this? Definitely not. You do not buy that breakout. Well, that's just retail sucker bait, right? Oh, right, because what's happening here, right? All of this, right? That's just trendline liquidity, which is why these breakouts are often, that's not what you want to do. Because an algo is looking at that and going, oh, because if you're short here, where are the stops, right? On the other side of that. So they'll sweep that, because that's where retail will have put their stops. One more to a new low, right? Then maybe you get something like this. You start to go. But that's dangerous trading here. So you don't have clean Elliott here. You've got best case, you may talk yourself into a kind of a butt ugly diag. You got to wait. You got to wait for better weather, right? That's just not good enough to put money. That's my opinion, right? It's not good enough. Not good enough to put money at risk. Now I do have a little. Well, you could probably talk yourself into a decent order block right here, right? That's now being mitigated, right? So I would use the whole thing down, right? The whole move down, right? Because then we start coming. So I would include the wick, because this is where I get the displacements coming off of it here. So I'd use the whole thing down, and then here's your order block coming off of that, right? Or excuse me, there's your fair value gap. So I got that right here. So here's the order block. Let's call this demand. Oh, demand, right? So that leads to this imbalance, right? So we pause and then we go again. So we're coming back. You're right in the, okay, fine, but you got to give me something bigger here. You got to make it better, right? Oh, we can do something like that. Oh, okay. Well, now give me a 3. Now I'm in. Otherwise, I'm just watching. I'll watch, wait. It's if you buy it, you just gave into the FOMO, right? If anything, you want to sell it, right? Remember, we just did it this way, right? You sell the high, buy the low. Same thing if it's on an angle. You sell the high, buy the low. Where would just think of it this way? Where's the better risk reward, right? If I buy it here, where's my stop? Down here. If I sell it here, where's my stop? Up here, right? That's what retail does. You want to do the exact opposite of what they're doing because they are, I won't say always wrong. I'll say 99.9% of the time wrong. Okay, so I think that's all we got there. Last one, and then we'll see if we've got any requests because I think I've got an extra few minutes. Oh, maybe I got 5 minutes. Okay, last one. PK again. Oh man, he's speaking today. Let's see what he thinks here. Rivian. Oh man, he's been all over this one. This must be one he's got a big piece in. Rivian. I think he's teed the. No, I got RUNE here, so I gotta go. What is Rivian? There it is. Rivian. Okay. What are we thinking here? Oh shit. So he's looking for this to come out of there? Or no, I see. Oh, he's just giving you a small, I get it. Okay, so this is just a microcosm of what this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there we get a little ending diagram. So actually, that's kind of nice that he did that. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, that's the 3, 4. Right? We consolidate. We don't progress the trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's kind of nice. He did that. Okay. Then I got an A. This is a little funky, right? And this takes some skill, right, to know that you can do it. First, you got to know you can do it. A, B, C into the A. Then I can go W, X, Y into the B. Right? Again, I know this. He's a master, right? So now we're going to come up here I'm going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a B, right? So I go W, X, Y into the B, A, B, C into the C of the B. I know, right? It's like, oh my God, right? Yeah, you can get that good, right? If shit, you get through our brown belt, you're pretty damn close to that, right? So now what do we got? Triangle. Right, so are we done? Oh, that's not the start he wanted, right? So you're thinking, oh, fuck, 1, 2? The good Elliott has kind of left us for a second, which would suggest that, consolidation before we go. So I'd want to, let's do it. Oh, let's see how we look down here. Squeezy. Right, usually not a good idea to enter in a squeeze because you just don't know, how that's going to come out of there. From contraction comes expansion, but we don't know which way that's going to expand. It seems like maybe this could roll over. If this has got another one down here, maybe I hate to move anything on PK's charts, but maybe you see if that rolls over, right? Maybe you're back here thinking triangle of some sort. 1, 2. It's not great, right? So I would do that only if it sweeps this low, which it hasn't yet. But my guess is he'd approach it the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. This could be a triangle. A, B, C, D, E. Well, okay, so look at it as he's teed it up here. You can take a very low risk entry here. I might give that a little more room. Very low risk. If you get stopped out, okay, is that going to knock you out of the game? Probably not. 15 to 1460, right? Okay, right? So another good one where, okay, you don't have to load the boat. You don't have to go full bore with every penny you've got into it. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I get a reaction here. Okay, do I come back in a 3? Into some support down here? Okay, now I can do the same thing, right? But what's he really after, right? He's after a much bigger hit there. Let's go out to a daily. 1, 2, we're looking for 3. Right, this is the start on getting the big one in. Oh, let's see if I can push all that over. If we hold here, so a little nibble, right? So you look at it and go, shit, if we're going up here, am I really going to go, I didn't get the turn, so I can't trade it. No, because if this is going to go for a third, there's going to need to be a 1, 2, there's going to need to be a 3, 4. You're going to need all of that, right? For next thing, right? Can we get out of this channel, right? Can it get out of that? You might have thought, oh, it's going to clear. Oh, here we go. 1, 2. Right? I guaranteed, right? That I think he's posted this before, right? You're thinking 1, 2, 3. Oh, off we go. Off we go. Nope. Right, here's the most important part of what he's posted. That all of this is secondary. Look at the money management. That's what matters, right? This is what everywhere you go, right? That whether it's up, down, buy, sell. Look. That's the key. How much am I risking for how much can I make per my structure mapping? If this is 1, well, let's do it. If this is 1. And this is 2, right? If it's going to hold is 2, where are we looking? What are we looking for? Again, why would you not use the most common location? 1, 2, 3. That's 41, and you're down here at 15. Pretty good risk reward. It's 29.5 to 1. Same as before. The hard part of that trade will be staying in it. Will be not taking profit because you're like, oh my God, I got to take it. This would be the obvious target, right? The first place you'd want to take profit, right at the structure high here. You take a partial there, or if you're going to take all of it, be prepared to, if it keeps going, you're like, oh fuck. Well, so it'd be a function of do we complete the 1 here? Do we get a 5 here? You don't know, right? There's no knowing, but there's odds, right? Odds are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to need a 2. 3, 4, 5. All right. If I get here, is that going to be the 3? No, it's going to be the 1 of the 3. All right. Same thing. All right. Oh shit. Coinbase. Thanks for reminding me of that. I don't even know how to say that. Usubi. All right. Coinbase Global. All right. I said I would have one. Okay. Coinbase. Hang on a second. Let's get this. All right, daily on Coinbase. Let's bring this down a little bit. Do I need to be in log scale? It looks like I do. Maybe not if I zero in here. Oh, this is going to look a lot like Bitcoin, right? It's very Wyckofian. Spring. So we can all look at this and go, okay, well, I'm pretty sure what happened here, accumulation. Where are we coming back to? Oh, fuck, come here. Okay, yeah, we're going to, just out of curiosity. So we went to the 50 here. We got into, note here, if we're just slicing this as premium discount, right, we just enough to get in the discount at the 50. That's 50 from the spring low here. That's a buy. Okay, so what do I have here? Do I have is this 1, 2, 1, 2? Well, why would you assume something else, right? So you got all this accumulation down here. Well, so what are the options? Would this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Probably not. Let's label it. It's not quite here. Well, I don't know that it matters. Right? All right, so let's come back at this. Likely, right? We don't know until we know. Oh, that's not good, right? So look what just happened there. Unfortunately. Oh, Jesus Christ, did it get it? Oh, man. That is about as close as it can get. That literally looks like it's a penny. And you've got, there's a little fair value gap in there. Well, here, let's see if I can, if this will just put them on for me, right, rather than me draw them, right? So we have a little one right here. Looks like we're right in between it. popped up into another one. So my assumption would be this is 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's put that in green. 1, 2. Not going to be 3. And it doesn't really, it looks impulsive, right? As this one does. Choppy correction. Fuck with WX. Well, it looks like. That could be ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Ending diagonal. That's kind of a shit show of a diag. It almost doesn't matter, right? Okay, so let's get this one here. It's corrective, right? Whatever it is, it was the correction. All right, so 3, maybe, probably not. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so this gets starting to get pretty bullish. Which, okay, if we're going to have a crypto bull, should be good for them. If. Okay, well, that's all right. So all the pieces have to be put in. Okay, so I have a 1, 2, right? So this, I don't have this 3 yet. So it's too soon to put the 3 up there. But I do have the other one. So I would do this, right? Now we do this one down here. Oh my God, look at that. It's why you do these, right? You leave this out. You're like, I wonder, why? Oh, is it the 1? Oh, no, it's the geometry. Okay, so this one you would hide. That's what I would do. I would hide that one. Now you got to remember that it's there, right? So I mean, my eye is so I'd be looking for it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's measure, right? There's never a reason not to measure other than just you're lazy. What is the most probable location for a wave 3? How many times have I said that today? 7, 8. Can't make it up. Okay, so I got a good candidate for a 3 there. Now this is, well, that's tenuous, right? You really want that to hold. If that's deep for a 2. Well, let's go to the lowest low there. Coincidence? Where's my low? Right here. That's my lowest low. All the fuck. Actually, I'm going to use that. Make it. Oh, do I have? Maybe I do have to use that. That is the lowest low. Sweeping all of these, right? So, do I have a diag there? I might. Jesus, just out of curiosity, can I get that? Yep, I could. So maybe 1, 2. We'll call that the 2. Rare, not unheard of, but how many times have I shown you the golden zone right here? So it looks like we're just a slight front run on it. So we go from the most probable location for a 3 into not a common location for a 4, but we can understand why it's stopping there, right? Is there anybody confused why it stops there? There's Al. Buy it? Well, okay, let's slow down for a second. What do you see here, right? So this would have to be, oh fuck. That's too many fair value gaps. Let's get them out of there. Well, we can certainly see what happened here, right? This is not hard. All right, so liquidity again. You see it. Remember, what is the algo doing, right? It's either rebalancing or grabbing liquidity. Internal, external, internal, external. That's all it does. That looks more like a 5, but we don't really want that to be. We want it to be done here, right? So that's. Well, you might have had a shot ABC here. So how would you do it, right? You'd be kind of stuck to this. Now, do you really have it there? Iffy, right? So this is a judgment call. You got to go with, okay, right, is this enough? Jeez, let's go to a 1. Is there anything better in there? I don't think there is. That's already problematic. Hang on. Do we actually have a 2 here? Yeah, it looks like we could do it. 1, 2. Ooh, that's keeping it skinny. Two. Well, okay. What? Everybody? All right, we see it's just This is all wicks. What are they doing up here? Grabbing. Look, what's happening here? No, right. You can see the same thing below, right? Same thing, right? Liquidity, right? Grab it. Bulls. Oh, come on. Buy a little more. Boom. Bears. Oh, you can take a little bit down here. Boom. Always a new crop of them. So we can count on that. So can we get this? Can we get it? Looks like maybe we can. So you can work backwards here. So looks like I got a 5 here. Okay, well, if that's a 5, am I finishing a 5 or could I have an ABC here? God damn. Well, you'd have to do it this way. It ain't pretty. But based on where we are here, I might consider that. I mean, it's not what you'd hope for. You know, fundamentally, what you're wrestling with is, wait a minute, right? All the crypto is going to be bought through ETFs. How's that going to affect Coinbase? Well, my guess is they're probably still going to be just fine, right? That's not going to be as much volume as they were once doing, no doubt about that. I like a regression channel because I got 2 standard deviations on either side. So if I'm buying that, okay, well, let's see. How would you set that up? You got a 5 here, so it's the balance between the length and range of the A relative to the C is not great, right? So, but you have a very clear exit point here. Of course, the other possibility here is that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And you're like, oh shit. So you would have to be mindful of that, and not if you're gonna take this. If you're going to take this, do you trade options? I can't read your name. Yes, I do. Probably more than I trade underlying equities. Very much so, right? So, well, if I was going to trade this with options, I don't think I would love the idea. I wouldn't want to sell any premium here. So I'd probably buy a call spread, just on the idea that, oh, come here, where's an arrow? Oh fuck! Here's my arrow. All right, so I want to see it take that, right? So I wouldn't be aiming for something like that, not yet. First, I want to see it take that high, right? Take these equal highs here. Well, you've got a couple of zones of consolidation, right here, and you've got this right here, right? I would want to see it get on the other side of that. In fact, I'd probably wait, right? So maybe you do a tight spread here from. Oh fuck! I'd probably buy in the money here. So maybe you're buying a 115, 117, and selling a 125, 130, just looking to make that push right here. You're not trying to get rich on that, because it's very, very possible here that this plays as an A, and then we get 3 into a B and we roll over, right? We could see this, right? That's now that blows up the count, right? Then your 4 is off the table as soon as we sweep this, and that's within a tick of this. It's already like, oh, is that a little warning sign? I want to tick through. Now, I'm not such a purist. I wouldn't call that a 4, but I'm mindful of that could be coming. Well, now what would you do with this? Well, now the whole thing blows up. What would you do with that? Jesus, could you even? I don't think that's going to be a diag, because you couldn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Because this wouldn't be long enough. Well, fuck, hang on. Let's just double check it. No, actually, you could do it. But that doesn't look like an ABC. Am I in log scale? No, I'm not. I guess you could do it. But that sure looks like an impulse. This looks like an impulse. That looks like an impulse. So I think you'd just be in a whole, like, oh, fuck, whatever I thought was happening here, something has changed dramatically. So this is tradable. But okay, you got to just a drop dead, absolutely get out point right there, right? We take this. You can see this here. Can I get that thing hot? Let's make that Okay, drop dead. We take that, right? So you can trade this. And shit, you could buy the underlying here. We break that. You very clear ramp of where you're getting out. And if you're trading options, you have to get out there. Same thing, right? That's the biggest mistake option traders make because they don't have to get out. Well, let's give it a little more time, see what happens. The whole premise is invalidated here if this rolls over and we take out that low, right? So you can trade this with that. There's a certain conviction that comes from, well, I know exactly where I'm wrong. Exactly. Take it. Why not? But I wouldn't shoot for the moon here. Just a reasonable spread here. You make good money there. You don't have to hit the home run ball. Maybe a 15 point or $15 spread there and just catch the meat of it. That's what you're trying to do, right? Catch the meat of that move. You don't have to get the low, you don't have to get the high. Catch the meat of it. And then wait and see, okay, what do I get here? Do I get a 3? Well, if I get a 3, maybe I want to rethink this. Maybe I'm looking, now it's looking like 1, 2, 3, right? Going for 3 of 5th, right? Why do I have a target here? Because I got a golden zone right here. So what else would I have here? In addition to the channeling, I'd have a golden corner. Original recipe. See how that flies? So, yeah. How do I say your name? Ushubi. Yeah, that's viable. See, if I get this and we come back here, now I would sell options down here to pay for any options up here, right? Because this, I'm a little tenuous here. But if I get this, well, then I know I'm wrong down here. Same thing, right? Same thing. But I would be more comfortable selling the put premium here. I wouldn't sell it naked. I would sell a put spread to help offset the cost of buying something up here. All right, I think I'm done. I think that's all I got. Let's see, Coinbase, Discord, never mind, DMD Triangle. Okay, yeah. J-Roll, Jelly Roll. God, I've been listening to a lot of Jelly Roll on what am I listening on Pandora. I like that guy. Interesting guy. If Jelly Roll is what your handle is based off, J-Roll, good handle. All right, guys. So I think that's all I got, right? So you just remind you guys of shit. I'm so bad at this. I'm supposed to do this at the beginning. You can always join us in our Discord, right? It's free. Come on in. The white belt, just spin around, interact with the other members. I always say, don't take my word for it. Ask them. What's it like in here, right? It's a good crew, right? Is there a lot of activity? What are the busy channels? Right? We have a lot of crypto, a lot of futures traders, a lot of traditional asset traders. We have a few. We don't have as many FX traders. In fact, I was probing for some FX traders today. I didn't get any. Not sure why, because I always think that one of the attractions to crypto, as opposed to something like silver futures, right, where you got to put up massive amount of margin just to get one contract. Well, you go to crypto or FX, right? You can trade, partials, so you don't have to put up as much capital to trade it. I'm always surprised we don't have more FX traders, but that's where we are at the moment. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it there, and I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me, and we'll catch you if you're not going to join us. Over in the Discord. I'll see you either in the Discord or we'll catch you next time. And thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks all the members that posted and the senseis that posted. I appreciate you guys. All right, I'll be back on Friday. I'm not sure what I'm doing on Friday, but we'll do something good. And then I'll be back next Wednesday.